We're going to be doing two different activities today. So we're going to be talking about your personal interests, and then later we'll tie them into how they would play a role in your college interests later on. So our first activity, we're going to be doing the icebreaker. So you'll have questions about your different likes and dislikes. And then the second activity is just a few questions about how those interests has to do with your college activities, so things you might do in the future. And both activities are geared towards high, intermediate, low, and advanced level students for high school to college age. So, okay. So these are the different types of phrases we'll be talking about. So they all use likes and dislikes. So for example, I like, I love, I don't like, I hate. You can also say my favorite something is, or my least favorite something is. And then we're also going to tie in why. So we're also going to add in because. So you're going to say the reason why you like something, or the reason why you don't like something. So here we have some of the questions. So if you look at your form there, it's some of the questions that you'll be answering. So for example, do you like to play sports? I would say, yes, I like to play dance or volleyball. And then you would say, because it's fun, or because my friends like to do it too. You know, different things like that. Another question is, do you like to spend time with your family? I would say, yes, I like to spend time with my family because they take care of me. And every night we eat dinner together. So those are just some examples. So what I want you two to do, you're going to look through these questions and you're going to ask your partner the questions, and you're going to write down your partner's answers. Okay? So just look through a few of them, pick a couple here and there to answer, and then you're going to write your answers down. And then once you do that, we're going to kind of share a little bit at the end. Okay? So go to get started. You guys can talk to each other and just make sure you write down your answers.
Do you like to play sports?
I like to dance because it is fun, and I like to learn choreography. Do you love chocolate?
Yes. I like chocolate because it tastes good with other foods. Do you like to be creative?
Yes, because I like to think outside the box, and I like to create stuff.
That's very good, Nancy.
Do you enjoy topics like biology and chemistry?
Yes, I like biology and chemistry.
Can you tell me why, Abby? Why do you like those things?
I like them because they are interesting science subjects.
Okay, very good.
Do you like to spend time with your family?
Yes, I like to spend time with my family because we do fun activities together. What is your favorite food?
I don't have a favorite food because I like food. And I like all types of food, so. And because food is good.
That's very good, Nancy. I like your answer.
Do you like to organize and hold events or charities?
Yes, I like to organize different things for different organizations that I'm in.
Can you tell me why, Abby? Why do you like doing that?
I just like being put in charge of things.
Okay, that's a good reason.
What job do you want to have in the future?
I would like to be a speech language pathologist because I like to help people, but there are a lot of areas in that field that align with my interests.
Okay, very good. So are you guys ready to move on? Or do you want to do a few more questions?
A few more questions.
Okay, go for it.
Do you like to work with your hands?
Yes. I find it fun to work and create things with my hands. Do you like to go shopping?
I do not, because it tires me, even though I like to buy things. Do you have a favorite food?
Yes, carbohydrates.
So are you guys ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys did really well on this task. I like that you guys kind of made your own sentences, but you also used the sentences, the examples I had up for you here, so you guys did a really good job, okay? So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at a different way to say things. So you guys had a lot of answers, some that were the same answers, some that were different. So now I want you to kind of compare your answers and see which things that you have in common and which things you don't have in common. So each of you can say one thing you do have in common and one thing you don't have in common. And then these are the kind of the phrasing that you can use. So go ahead and just kind of talk to each other and figure that out.
We have food in common, or a lot of the food in common.
Yes, we do have to be common.
Well, you do need to eat to survive, so yes. So do you have something that you don't have in common?
Sports.
Oh yeah, you don't,
We
you don't have
do not have
sports.
sports in common.
Okay, so you mean that you like different sports?
I like no sports.
Oh, okay. But you said you'd like sports, right?
If dance counts.
Oh, yeah, of course it does. Okay. See, that's very good, right? So do you guys kind of get the idea? You guys have a lot of different interests and things like that. So do you have any questions? No? Okay. So now we're going to move on to the next activity, and this one will tie into what we just did, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to think about the things that you like, the things that you dislike, and how you could use those interests to do things in college. Because you guys are, high schoolers, you'll be thinking about college soon, and of course you want to have an idea of what your interests are so you can see what you're going to join, what you're going to do when you get to college, okay? So for like the sports question, you could say, I like volleyball, so I want to join the volleyball team at UTA, right? Or if you answered, yes, I like to help people, you would say, okay, so I want to be a counselor, or I want to be a social worker. Okay, so does that make sense? Okay. So here's a few other questions and the things that you could become. So if you like to be creative, you could become an artist or a teacher. If you like to work with your hands, you could be a mechanic or an engineer. If you like biology, Abby, I believe you mentioned this, you could become a doctor or a researcher. And if you like I said earlier, if you like to help people, you could be a counselor or a teacher. And of course, these are unlimited. These are just a few of the examples you could do with these interests. Okay, so I want you to just kind of take a look at your worksheet here. This one right here, yeah. So if you want to, you can kind of compare them. So I want you to write down a few examples of the things that you answered for this, and then write down what you would do to incorporate that interest when you get to college, right? So if you liked being creative, you could join an art club, or you could become an artist, different things like that. So just jot down a few ideas, and then we're going to share at the end of class. Are you guys ready to share? Or do you need a little bit more time? let's go ahead and get moving, okay? Okay, so Nancy, if you would please share something with how your interests would transfer over to college. So share something that you wrote down.
I like to be creative, so joining an arts or some sort of arts or musical club would be fun to do.
That's very good. Okay.
I also like to dance, so maybe joining a dance team would be fun. And related to, since I want to be a speech pathologist, I would like to join an organization related to it,
Okay.
like
yeah.
NISHA.
That's very good. So see, that's all great different ways to be able to get involved in college and to really have the whole college experience, and also just to see where your interests are, right? Because you might think you like something now and you might not like when you try it later. So that's all very important when you guys are applying for colleges and all that stuff. So, okay, so now Abby, would you like to share something?
So I have an interest in biology and chemistry, so I think I should join a science club.
Okay, that's good.
I also have an interest in organizing events, so I think I should join a club like a student government association or something to that nature.
Where you can be like an officer, right? So then you have a lot of power to do all that organizing.
Yes, and hold events of some sort.
Okay, good, good. So you guys have given this a lot of thought, huh? So that's all really great answers. So do you guys have any questions about this? You guys completely understand it? Yes? Okay. All right, so we have some time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at the survey. And it's kind of just a short survey that will look at your interests, and it's not. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. So do you strongly dislike or strongly like building kitchen cabinets?
I never built a kitchen cabinet, so
But is that something you'd want to do in the future?
for now, no.
Okay, so which one? So strongly dislike, unsure?
Unsure.
Okay. Develop a new medicine?
Yes,
So like or strongly like?
like,
Okay. Write books or plays?
yes,
Which one?
like,
Okay. Help people with personal or emotional problems?
yes, because it's related to jobs. So
Yes, but which one? Like or strongly like? Okay. Manage a department within a large company?
I don't have the skills for that, so
Okay, so strongly dislike or dislike?
that's one.
Dislike,
So
okay.
that would be cool.
Install software across computers on a large network.
I don't have skills for that, so unsure. I mean, it'd be cool to learn.
Unsure. Okay. Repair household appliances?
Skills are fun, so unsure.
Study ways to reduce water pollution?
Sure, like,
Okay. All right, so let's see your results.
I'm just gonna
Okay, so you have 48 careers. So see, you could be an anthropologist, you could be an art therapist, let's see, you could be a clinical psychologist, so all sorts of different things.
be. Wow.
So this is a great resource if you're not sure what